Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Glad to have you guys keep coming back. Now, don't give up. Hang in there. You're doing good. All right. So, a couple things that's going on in this section. We're looking at equations of lines. So far, you have seen the standard form. AX plus BY equals C. We have looked at the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. And then there's another form. It's called the point slope form. And this one is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is good when you have, great when you have the y-intercept. And this is great when you don't. And what I mean by great is if you don't start with the line. In real life, we don't start with the line ever. We start with data points. We collect data and we'll have, like if you're working in business, you'll have made so many dollars for the sale of so many phones or whatever you're selling, t-shirts, you know, hacky sacks, whatever it is your thing. And you'll get a bunch of data points. And then we use software a lot of the times to find the line, but we don't need to. It's not to, and this is how they do it actually anyways. So oftentimes I'm going to go with 99.9% of the time, start with data points. And we create the line. So I'm going to show you, this one is great to do for that. And I want to show you where the point slope form came from. Let's derive the point slope form real quick. I'll just make the next, this will be a separate video. This will be 6.5a. Let's derive the point slope form because people often think it's hard to remember, but you actually already know everything that is required. So we usually use this form when we're given 2 points like x1, y1, and x2, y2. So this comes from m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in part one, we would find the slope using the slope equation. And then this is where the point slope comes from. Clear fractions by multiplying both sides by x2 minus x1. If I multiply this by x2 minus x1 and this by x2 minus x1, I get m times x2 minus x1 equals y2 minus y1. And then we only need 1 point to make the line. So we just drop the subscript 2. That's where when the text is below the characters, it's called subscript. So this becomes m times x minus x1 equals y minus y1. And we tend to just write it with the y's on the left. So that's deriving it. We'll find the slope using the slope equation. Then 2, we plug in the slope and 1 point. For the equation. Okay. Actually, that was a really short thing. I am going to run through a couple small examples where in these examples, we'll start with the slope and a point. So we're going to shortcut the method a little bit. Just because I want you to have practice with the easiest form. So let's say m equals 3. And I've got the point 0, -1. So using y equals mx plus b method, this is the y-intercept. We could jump straight to it. This is y equals 3x minus 1. I'm going to show you the same thing with y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. What we're going to replace the m and y1 and x1 with the values we have. Y1 is -1, m is 3, and x1 is 0. So if I distribute the 3. Actually, I don't even need to distribute because x minus 0 is just 3x. And this is just x here. And so we multiply by the 3. The minus and negative turns to a plus. I've got y plus 1 equals 3x. We subtract 1, and we see that we get y equals 3x minus 1. Then we've got, let's do one that's not the y-intercept. And I'll show you both methods there. M equals -2, and we have the point -2, 5. So doing the slope intercept method here works. It's just a pain in the ass. Because we don't have the y-intercept, we have to find it. We do have a y, we have an m, and we have an x. So I'm going to plug those in. 5 equals -2 times 2 plus b. 5 equals -4 plus b. Add 4 to both sides. And I get 9 equals b. That's not the equation of the line, though. Now I have b and m, and I can plug them in, and I am going to get y equals -2x plus 9. Now that I have b and m. Going straight to the point slope form, y minus y1 is y minus 5 equals m, which is -2, times x minus x1, which is -2. So y minus 5 equals -2 times x plus 2. I am going to distribute while I add. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 2 is -4. And then I add 5 to both sides. And I get y equals negative. Something's off here. I didn't use -2 here. I'll fix that in a second. I get -2x plus 1. I already made a mistake here. I gotta fix that. So y equal to 5 equals -2 times x, which was -2 plus b. 5 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4, and I get 1 equals b. Then I plug that all back in. This method works, but students usually forget to plug b back in. They just leave b equals 9 or b equals 1 and go, that's it. That's all I need to do. And that's not what you need to do. We want the equation of the line. Okay. Two other quick ones here. M equals 0, 5, 4. If I do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, I get y minus 4 equals 0 times x minus 5, which is just 0. So I add 4 and I get y equals 4. There's no x. And this is because m equals 0. For m equals 0, we have a horizontal line, which means it's parallel to x. And it's a flat line through y equals 4. The other example, if you can guess where this is going, we have an undefined slope. M equals undefined. And we have the point -1, 2. So when m equals undefined, this is a vertical line. And if it helps you sketch a vertical line, go to -1, 2 and make a vertical line. This line runs parallel to y. It's perpendicular to x. Everything on this line has an x value of -1. All right, that's it for part A for 6.5. 6.5b, we're going to just start with 2 points and go. Peace.